more than 1 million sold units, the Ulefone Power was and still is the most successful Ulefone smartphone. And due to this, it was even more disappointing that the Ulefone Power 2 performed pretty badly. In fact, the battery life was crap despite the large battery, the performance wasn't good, software wasn't perfect, camera was crappy, really not a good phone at all, which is why back in the review we didn't recommend it. But now the Ulefone Power 3 is out already, not even 1 year after the Ulefone Power 2, and even for Ulefone this is pretty unusual. So let's have a look at the first impressions about it. So what did surprise me is that the Ulefone Power 3 does not come with a metal body. In fact, it looks like a metal body, but it actually is a plastic body. It's completely made from one single piece of plastic, but it's a very high quality kind of plastic so that you don't notice it immediately. In fact, it took me the second day to realize that this is plastic. I didn't unbox it and was like, oh damn, plastic. I in fact initially believed it was metal until I was outdoors in the cold and noticed that it doesn't get as cold as it should, and then knocked on it with my fingernails and heard that this in fact is plastic. But design-wise, this phone looks beautiful, especially those fake antenna lines there are a little bit eye-catchy. I really like that. The camera module sticks out a bit, but not too much. As you can see, fake dual camera over there, and boom boom, also fake camera on the front now. Oh yeah, fake dual cameras, hello there. What else do we have there? A headphone jack? Nope, no headphone jack. Too bad. What else do we have? Oh, a Type-C port. That's great to have. At least we can use those headphone to or Type-C to headphone adapters there. Great thing. What looks like stereo speakers there is not just a mono speaker and a microphone opening. Oh no, a fake speaker grill and a microphone opening. Damn. What else? Buttons, 2 of them, volume rocker and power, and where is the SIM tray? Here we have it, almost invisible there. As you can see, this is a 18:9 phone, so we have fairly slim bezels, not only left and right, but also top and bottom, so the screen actually covers most of the front there, but of course that means that the fingerprint scanner isn't on the front anymore but on the rear, but at least works very well. Look at that. It most of the time is rather fast. Just sometimes it gets a bit slower for some reason. So there you go. Screen-wise, this phone looks good. As you can see, we have a full HD plus resolution screen there with quite popping colors, good viewing angles, good brightness. Actually, it can get very bright. Look at that. Really no issues reading this thing outdoors, very sharp, colors do pop, nothing to complain about there. It's a 10-point digitizer, by the way, but it's got one flaw that likely can be fixed by software updates. Look at this. If I scroll slowly, there is some stutter, which is also annoying when playing shooter games, because you get this stuttery gameplay then. It's not only vertically or it's not only horizontally, but also vertically, as you can see. But as soon as I scroll faster, it's smooth, so it's definitely not a hardware issue, it's just a software issue. And as you can see, the input lag is pretty much not there. Nice thing there. Now, one of the most interesting parts about the Ulefone Power 3 is that it packs one of the most recent Mediatek processors. It's the Helio P23 we are running there. Basically, it's not that much different from the previous Helio P20 or P25 chipsets. The main difference is that the CPU clock is kind of different now. We have now 4 cores clocked at 2 GHz and 4 cores clocked at 1.5 GHz, which is supposed to make it more power efficient along a new generation of Mediatek Core Pilot. But we also have a new GPU inside of there, which is a Meili G71 with 2 cores. This actually gives a slightly better benchmark score across the 3D benchmarks than the previous Meili T880 MP2 GPU, but not too much. But actually in everyday performance you do notice the performance increase a lot. Let me tell you that. And this is especially noticeable when you are running apps that are a little more demanding on the GPU, like for example the Facebook feed. A lot of people don't believe this, but it's actually the case that this is a very demanding task, scrolling through the Facebook feed. On a lot of phones, especially the low-end devices, this stutters like hell. And even on a lot of mid-range phones it does stutter, but look at this. This is almost as smooth as on Qualcomm devices. So yeah, snappiness has been increased a lot with the Helio P23, which is nice to see. But benchmark results aren't all that different. Let's just have a quick look. What do we have in Antutu? 62,000 points. Well, still mid-range there. Work 2.0, which is PC Mark, hasn't changed at all. This is the 3D Mark benchmark. Also not much change there, so as you can see it's pretty much all the old stuff there. But the actual performance, real-life performance, has been improved drastically even compared to a Helio P25 actually, which is very nice. And this phone doesn't produce any heat. Even when gaming it gets just slightly hand warm there, but really not hot at all. Again, nice to see. Sensor wise everything is in there, you can expand it via micro SD cards. Yeah. Performance wise it's just a good phone. Oh, and just saying, look at this, no thermal throttling at all, as I said, pretty cool chipset there. Reception quality top notch as well, as you would expect from a plastic bodied phone. As you can see, GPS reception quality is really good. Lots of satellites, good signal strength, no problems whatsoever. Accuracy 2 meters, perfect. GPS tracking works just fine, navigation works just fine. Really not bad at all. Wi-Fi is fairly speedy too. As you can see, we have ABG n-WiFi, 91 Mbps next to the router, one floor below, 49 Mbps. Still great result there. And regarding mobile network reception quality, this one is a top notch as well. Really on high-end level actually, which is great to see, but again, has to be expected from a plastic bodied phone. Battery life is pure insanity, let me tell you that. On paper it didn't change. 6000 milliamps is what you got with previous Ulefone Power devices and is what you still get here. But battery life is just insane. I'm using this phone for full 2 days now, with intense usage of course that is, and high brightness because the automatic brightness control is a little bit aggressive. And as you can see, I have still 68% left. What's the forecast? 20 hours of screen on time. Look at that. That of course would be only using the phone all the time without turning the screen off. Screen off or standby time 220 hours. Combined use 56 hours. Damn, that's almost as good as the Yukitel K8000. Or even better. It's even better actually. It's a little bit better. That's quite insane considering that the battery inside of there is smaller and we have an LCD screen instead of an OLED panel. I'm seriously impressed there right now. And charging time is also really quick actually. Where do I have my screenshot about this one? There we go, look at that. 2 hours 80 minutes for a full charge, or with full I mean 20 to 100% because that's what's recommended. I mean that's not too slow for such a large 6000 milliamps battery. And guys, even the speaker inside of there isn't too bad. It's getting quite loud and has a fairly decent amount of bass to it. I mean, it's still not a high-end speaker, but it's definitely usable for watching some YouTube videos without getting ear cancer. So, is this a perfect battery monster? No, it's not. It's still got some of the very typical flaws, and camera of course is one of them. Both cameras are crap, really not usable. The rear camera creates only blurry images with no detail, and as soon as there is a bit of a lack of light it gets totally noisy and does even crappier images. I mean, look at this. What is this? That's not a proper image. There was enough light available to get a proper result, but no. Bad detail, bad sharpness, lots of noise. Colors don't look too good. Bokeh mode is fake, both on the front and the rear camera. Video quality isn't good as well, both on the front and rear camera. I mean, why Ulefone? It's a good phone and you screw up the camera. What the heck? Why? And last but not least, there is this hilarious face unlock feature, which is great on devices with a proper implementation, but not so great on those cheap ass China phones. Let's just quickly set it up. Here we have MacBook Me. Now let's set this up with real me behind the camera. Let's just put in some random pin number there. And now let's scan in my face. So there we go. Face information added. Done. Let's see how this works. I think I need to put in my PIN number first. Nope, I don't. So it works. Look at this. I press the power button. It sees me and it unlocks. But I can't only unlock this phone with the real me, but also with MacBook Me. Look at this. Ah, damn, let's try that again. So that's nice. Usually, I have always been able to unlock it, and now I can't because I'm demonstrating it. God f***. And now let's try to unlock with MacBook Me instead of real me. Woohoo! Cheating succeeded. Now obviously this isn't a secure face unlock feature. There you go. It can easily be unlocked with a picture of yourself, so it's just kind of a comfort feature, but not of a security thingy. But what's totally annoying is that of course in low light this thing doesn't work anymore, and you can't use face unlock and your fingerprint at the same time for some reason. So yeah, it's basically useless. You shouldn't even think about activating this crap or buying it just because of face unlock. So yeah, what's the bottom line there? Well, almost perfect phone, just screwed up in terms of camera and this useless Face ID crap and dual camera crap that pretty much all manufacturers these days need to implement, even though most of them just can't handle it. They just don't have the resources to realize features like that. Essentially, the Ulefone Power 3 is a great phone. The basics work great, the battery life is awesome, screen is really good, the performance is good, despite of a few hangs it still has, but those can be fixed using OTA updates. But yeah, the bad camera is just a huge disappointment. I'm not saying don't buy it due to that. I mean, there are still people who only need a great battery life, who don't care about camera. But still, it's just sad that the camera is so bad, because cameras are an essential feature these days. Pretty much no one still uses normal compact cameras or use their phones for that, and with the Ulefone Power 3 you just can't, and that's outright disappointing. Well, let me continue testing this phone for about a week and then I will come up with the full review, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching and see you soon with more. Bye bye.